What's up, guys? Blade Master here. Going to be bringing you Tanukhid LP Part 10. It's been a really, really long time, and I truly apologize. Um, there are multiple reasons why I didn't, put up an episode of this for a really long time. The biggest reason was that I recorded two episodes, or like 1.5 hours worth of footage, and I forgot to save at the end of the day. So I just Alt F4'd. I have this really terrible habit of Alt F4ing. So I Alt F4'd after that, and I lost all of my progress. But also, I mean, there's the Blade Balance tournament. There was this mod that I was working on in Rome 2. Just need a break from Attila in general. And you know what? It's a shame to leave this campaign like this. I don't think there are any other YouTubers who are really doing a Tanukhid LP. And for what it's worth, it is played on very hard. I remember I'm playing this on very hard, I believe. And we've done okay so far, so why stop right now? Anyways, there might be a very special LP that I'll be starting once Constantinople, or sorry, not Constantinople, Charlemagne, Age of Charlemagne comes out. Stay tuned for that. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Let's see. But taking stock of where we're at right now, we have the Sassanids breathing down our necks. We have a massive coalition, the Sassanid Persian coalition, breathing down our necks with all of these guys trying to kill us. Abar Shahar, Aran, blah 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 blah. So many people. But let's try. I don't really know why the Sassanids decided to attack us in the first place. Reliable defensive, so why do they really hate us that much? I have no idea. It's hostile and it's still improving. We both used to not like the Eastern Romans. Why can't I just ask for a peace treaty? Fine. For now, let's go ahead and while we're on the diplomacy screen, let's try and get some trade going on. Demand payment 300. Yeah, let's get a little bit of money flowing in. And there's no one else. Yeah. So that is it for diplomacy. As for where we are on, where we're at the campaign map, we have Caesarea Eusebia that is under siege by, well, about to be under siege by the Nabateans. The Nabateans have actually fortified up here, and I have what's his face? I have Hutar that is commanding the army. Pretty sizable Tanukhid force here. We are losing a lot of money, and there is some famine, but I believe a camel herd is being built right now in one of these places. Camel herd, one more turn. Yeah, camel herd here, right here. So that will provide us with a lot of food, which is good. Mm. Constantinopolis has one construction site here, and I believe I should just make this into a an economic powerhouse. Like, this should be where I make all of my money because it's the furthest away from any possible danger. The biggest sources of danger coming from right here. So I don't need to build like a bunch of military buildings over here. Besides, Cyzicus in this province, the Asia province, has a levy camp, and that's it, right? Yeah, it has a levy camp, so at least I can get a desert tribesmen and stuff. And, desert raiders, Tanukhid pikemen eventually, and then Mabia's charges and oh, I can't get armored camel warriors with these guys. If I want to get armored camels, I believe there's another province. I think it's Sanada. No, it's Cilicia, Cilicia. I don't know. Mm. That has a cavalry corral. Surprised how I could get a cavalry corral here, but nowhere else. I do have Tubakarib here with the Burning Sands. He's chilling. I could recruit some units for him, some heavily upgraded desert tribesmen. The biggest army that is under threat are the Sentinels of Sand, and I should pull them back here. There's no point in trying to. I mean, what am I going to do defending this like little zone? Much better if I just move back. I think I remember I tried to attack the Sassanids, and that just went horribly. Going back to the diplomacy screen for a second, I need to set a war coordination target onto one of these Sassanid armies. Khosrau, I believe, is he's the king. You can see by the crown there. So I'll ask my allies to go ahead and attack him if they can, please. And I can't levy any recruits from here. And anyways, yeah, these guys are at 15 men. I'll pull back to Tarsus and us and fortify back at Tarsus. There's a red sanitation thing here. What is this? Sanitation current total sanitation -1. Local squalor outweighs sanitation left unchecked. The settlement is at risk from disease. Everyone keeps talking about plague being a massive thing, but it's not. It hasn't occurred to me yet. But outbreak chance in any case is only 2%. Iconium, we can build something in Iconium apparently. We need one population surplus. So clearly not. I don't want to build too much new stuff because we're losing money. But if I'm going to build something, it's going to have to be something that makes money. Like this plaza right here, 225 extra wealth from commerce, which is good. And the plaza, let's try and see what the plaza chain brings us. We get access to either the courthouse or the bazaar. I believe the courthouse is probably more public order, yeah, whereas the bazaar is much more money. And we are in what is this, Pentarchy Sea? I'm not really sure. We have a wonder here that gives us +20 morale when under siege and +10% wealth from cultural buildings. Okay. And this gives us, but the bazaar is just commerce. It's not exactly culture per se. The rest of the bazaar requires spices, and then we can get like a fuck ton of money. Holy shit, that's a lot of money that we can potentially get. Whereas the courthouse is just more of culture. It actually gives us a fair bit of money from culture, but it's pretty expensive. I don't think there's any reason to go ahead and upgrade either of them right now. We have more pressing matters to attend to. Tubakarib, see right now, if the Sassanid forces, these guys can probably move up till here, max, and then they have an option to either attack here or here. So I have 2 turns to fortify, and that gives me 1 turn for Tubakarib to move here and a 2nd turn to possibly reinforce, I think. And Iconium is a different Tarsus, Iconium and Mira. So I move to Iconium next turn. I get access to armored camel warriors, and for now I can get some more desert tribesmen. I think some desert spears would probably be a bit handy because they have excellent missile block chance, and I would fear the Sassanian hurlers, the Armenian hurlers, Armenian slingers and whatever. Similar stuff for these guys. The desert spears could be pretty useful against enemy cavalry, but so would the desert hurlers. I have 2 of them. And I have a lot of non-maneuverable units. Only a couple of Mavia's charges. Probably need to get some desert spears. Giving the spears some very unexpected love. Lahayat is over here. He's chilling. He's inspiring the local populace with his sexy beard. And here, this is one of those. What I'm going to do with this onager is disband, because there's no real point. I don't need it at this moment. And right now we're 1530. We're losing money of 1530 per turn. 1362. That's a good amount of money that we've made by removing a unit that's not really very relevant to my interests right now. And I'm going to keep Nashakarib not in Constantinopolis but in Cyzicus, and let's just get like a shit unit for him. This gives us 164. Actually, the onager had very similar upkeep. Shit. Let's chill out with this guy for now. We are going to lose a couple of men from the famine, but that should be remedied the next turn. So we're recruiting troops here. We aren't recruiting anyone here, and we don't have any other troops anywhere else. We have this guy, but we don't really care about Nashakarib right now. Good. I think that's good enough to end this turn. Let's see. Okay, we have Roman separatists who want a military alliance. Let's see if we can get some money off of them in exchange for this. 800. Still likelihood of success high. Let's get that money. Yes. Fuck off. We need at least 1k. We need that G, bro. Nice. Okay, so we have some hostile agent activity. Abu Shahar He targeted the burnings over here. We've lost some men at the Beast of Burden, and we've lost some men at the Sentinels of Sand. And we've got a thing. The stonemason, foreigner claiming to be a great stonemason, has presented himself to you. Okay. Now, the biggest threat are these guys. The Sassanians, Sassanids, I don't know how you even say it, have come in with a mighty fucking force. A lot of Persian mounted bowmen, Savaran cataphracts, shitty Pagan band. Where is their general? That's strange. We have Lohayat, who's upgraded, but unfortunately, I don't think we can distract a foreign agent. We can discourage population of foreign province, but we cannot compromise the command of a foreign army. Unfortunate. Otherwise, I would try and stop one of these guys from reinforcing and then try and attack. But if I was a smart commander, I would just go ahead and attack Caesarea Eusebia, which I would suspect they would do, and not split their forces up and attack Tarsus separately. Under siege, oh fuck, no. Go back here. Yeah, go back here. Okay, cool. Under siege, I wouldn't mind being under siege. Like these, I have a pretty decent army here. Tubakarid, he can move here. He can move to Iconium, and then next turn he can. Because what I don't want Tubakarid to move all the way here, and then one of these guys attack, because they definitely have that much movement to go ahead and attack him. So I'm going to keep him in Iconium and get some armored camel warriors in the meanwhile. I'm losing money super fast. What can these guys recruit now? They can recruit some desert spears and some desert hurlers. I'd probably want some desert hurlers. And here I can recruit some desert spears. Probably should recruit some desert spears to support the cavalry. And they have that 70% missile block chance, which will probably be pretty crucial. Desert mounted javelin men could be useful, but against the Savaran cavalry, the crossbow cavalry of the Sassanids, I don't know of how much use they would be. Would much rather just get some armored camel warriors. Okay, we are running out of money quickly, super quick. But I think this is going to be very necessary. We need to build up as many troops as possible, and just try and weather out this storm of Persians. We have 3 armies, they have 2 armies right now. Food shortage resolved at Thracia. Ooh, I also spotted like a fucking big Eastern Roman army that was moving up here. Shit's going down, y'all. In which case, I need to at least put like some sort of shitty force at Constantinopolis. Oh, never mind. It's just a tiny guy, which still could be probably enough to take over Constantinopolis. Let me see how many. How many people do I have in a garrison or in its garrison? Toggle garrison details. I have a desert chieftain, desert spears. Okay, I have a desert raider, desert mounted gentleman, and desert spears. That's it. Whereas, let's see in Caesarea Eusebia actually. I probably have quite a few men here, right? I have 3 onagers on the towers. I have desert spear, desert mounted javelin men, desert raiders, and that's it. Very poor garrison at Caesarea Eusebia. Here I actually have a better garrison. And at Iconium, nothing. I probably don't have anything there. Yeah, I just have a very paltry force. Let's try and resolve this guy. Who is this guy? Alkama. Claiming to be a great stonemason, if we employ him, think of all the mighty buildings you could leave in your memory with this man in service. Turn him away. We have no need for foreign help. Have him killed or do nothing. Employ him. And with on that note, with our nuts in our hand, basically our nuts in our mouth, let's end turn and hope they don't completely buttfuck us. I forgot Yazil, the governor, this little boy, this little boy who's also 30 years old, he's been a good governor, I guess. He suffers from Benjamin Button disease. Let's improve public order by 2, and then for the next one, construction cost minus 6%. We have, let's do construction cost minus 6%, or we can do plus 4 public order, right? Yeah, probably better. And we are under some severe siege. Holy shit. Okay. Fuck the stonemason. Wow. He killed Luhayeth, man. Dude, this is just such shit. This is just all sorts of shit going on. Garamantians, we encountered these guys. I have no idea how. If you've encountered them, let's try and extract some money off of them. And who are these guys, by the way? Very friendly. Yes, Jess? Yes, guys? Can we do a non-aggression pact with them? And then can we maybe get a military alliance with them? Accepted our offer. Cool. And just please, can you set war coordination target? Please, someone help me. Someone help me. Oh my god. Because look at the army that is... Oh my fucking god. A bunch of cavalry. Only a few Armenian or Persian bowmen. What about these guys? We have some more cavalry. Ooh, we have some fucking Griv Panvars here. We have a Sogdian warrior. And here we have a full strength led by Tubakari. We have 3 desert armored camel warriors, 3 Mavias chargers, some desert tribesmen. We have some desert spears and a couple of Tanukhid pikes. Over here we have a lot of desert hurlers, I believe. Fuck, they haven't been recruited. Fine. And meanwhile, the Sentinels of Sand, we have some armored camel warriors, we have some Mavias chargers. What would be perfect would be a spy right now who could like disrupt some of these guys. Fuck, I wish I had a spy. But I can't because what the fuck have I been doing so far? I don't have the technology. When do I get a champion? When do I get recruit spy? Where the fuck is recruit spy? Nothing? What? Enables Azadan compound. Construction medium siege engines. Bro, what? Why don't I have access to champions? Or to... Let's see, let's try and see. Recruit champion. Building required palace. Building required bazaar. Fuck. Oh. And we're losing so much money. This is not good. This is really not good. Okay, we got the plaza up and running. This ain't good. This ain't good. This is really not good. There's no choice for me but to try and support from everywhere possible. If I move here, he suffers attrition when in frozen regions. I want them to take the fight to me. I want to defend my castle from a siege, so I might just put Tubakari back here where they won't be able to attack him. Where they won't be able to lift the siege and attack him, maybe? I don't know. No, I'll put him here. Put him here for now. And then I might just attack with... bring this boy. Should I bring this boy there? No. There's no point. Because I don't think if I attack them, they can reinforce, but I can't reinforce. I almost just want to quick save. Let me quick save this because this might be a massive mistake that I'm making. Save. Right? Save succeeded.
Ready for battle.
And let me go in and try and attack the main guy. No, I can't. Yeah, I can't. Okay.
At your command.
Fuck. Alright. What do I do?
The victory!
If I attack them here, I have... Okay, let's... Oh, we can actually see the proper view of their army now. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright. We have Armenian spears, we have Pagan band, we have Savaran cataphracts, we have some Persian mounted bowmen. That's about it. Here we have 4 Savaran cataphracts, 1 mercenary Savaran cavalry, Persian mounted bows. Okay, we have a fuck ton of Pagan band. The Pagan band will probably be our key to victory. If we can somehow just rout them, I would definitely want to take this at the walls. I don't want to take this anywhere else. If they try and scale the walls, I think I can definitely clear them out. Especially with Tanukhid pikes holding down, I should be okay. Hopefully, I haven't made a massive mistake. Let's see. Can I recruit any mercenaries? I can't really. Fine. Let's remove these two. And yeah, I think they'll probably attack us next turn. Fucking Nabateans. Can I actually attack just the Nabateans? I can't. They're also over here. What the fuck? Why? Oh, he can't reinforce because he is under siege. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. This is so bad. Fuck. Let me retreat. Yeah, I'll retreat.
Disengage!
Retreat!
Destination reached.
Okay. Fuck, they're still coming at me with so many men. Slightly better chance though, I think. Right? God help me. This is going to be the end of Tubakarev, I think. Oh well. He led a pretty shitty life, to be quite honest. So many spears. What do I do? Fine, there's no choice, but I'm going to go ahead and attack. Where am I? Where am I? All that rang through Tubakarib's mind as his soldiers made ready for what was likely to be their final stand. He had led the Tanukhids a long way from home, and he couldn't help but feel this was God's way of punishing him for his greed, his violence, and for taking his men to places they were not destined to be in. The cold wrapped its fingers around the cloth-armored Tanukhid men, gripping their chests in its icy vice as they struggled to breathe. A few pikemen, some swords, some spears formed a well-balanced army along with some rebellion militia. But they faced a Sassanid force so numerous and mighty that even the great general Tubakarib would likely die while trying to win. But his men had retreated long enough, and if he had to die in the biting cold of foreign lands, well, at least he died with a sword in his hand. Khusrau, the king of the Sassanids, rode personally, commanding a mass of well-trained Savaran cavalry and mercenary Savaran crossbow cavalry. He was joined by two other generals behind him, who had similarly brought very cheap spears, levied from the neighboring Sassanid territories, but incredibly powerful and terrifyingly strong, well-armored cavalry. They would march through the icy woods, as Tubakarib would make them spend every last meter in the cold before they got to him. Khusrau decided to attack. Tubakarib, with the last of his men, at the last of his breaths, decided to hold one final stand. The onagers fired right into the Savaran cavalry and the mercenary Savaran cataphracts, trying to kill off as many of them and posing as a sort of bait for the Sassanid army to attack, while the rest of Tubakarib's men lay in wait in the woods. Some of the Savaran cavalry got caught by the onagers, and finally the Persian bows decided to start firing onto the armored camel warriors. And meanwhile, the desert bowmen of Tubakarib decided to trade volleys with them and fire into the mercenary Savaran cavalry as well. The rebellion militia rushed to greet the mercenary Savaran cataphracts, and they were joined immediately by the Mavias chargers and the armored camel warriors. The well-armored armored camels decided to pop a diamond formation and increase their weight that way while meeting the Savaran cataphracts. The Tanukhid pikes rushed up and ahead to try and catch the Lakhmid scouts, but they decided to rear charge the Mavias chargers, who were supported by desert tribesmen. It was a mad rush, a mad melee, and the number of Sassanid cavalry far outnumbered the number of Tanukhid cavalry. Khusrau himself decided to charge headlong into Tanukhid pikes, and the Tanukhid pikes gladly greeted him with their pikes, destroying a lot of them before the desert spears, the freshly trained desert spears, decided to support and help out in killing off Khusrau. If they could kill the Sassanid commander, that would be a huge blow for the poorly trained Peghan band and Armenian spears that the Sassanids wielded. And if Tubal-Caryb could stay alive, then he could actually inflict enough of a morale shock in amongst the low morale troops that he could cause a chain rout. The Savaran cataphracts were dying in droves to the armored camel warriors and the Mavias charges, and Khusrau finally decided to pull back, but he was greeted by the Mavias charges with a frenzied charge, destroying almost all of them in an instant. The Persian nobles decided to scatter to the wind, and Khusrau was dead. It was starting to prove to be quite a rout for Tubal-Caryb, as the Paighan band decided to drop their spears and run away, as did many others. Seeing their friends run away, it almost inflicted a mass panic. But some of the Persian bows were critically still firing onto Tubal-Caryb, getting a lot of kills onto his bodyguard. He was now being chased by the Savaran cataphracts, and he was taking so much damage from 5 or 6 contingents of bowmen firing into his rear. He decided to pull back to safety and ask one of his armored camels to face off against the Savaran cataphracts instead of him, and the Savaran cataphracts would thus die. The desert spears were chasing off the Persian mounted bowmen. The desert tribesmen were killing off the Armenian spears, and it all looked pretty decent until Tubal-Caryb got caught by stray volleys of arrows and slingshots and died on the spot. The armored camel warriors did not have the greatest morale. The desert tribesmen, well, they were tribesmen at the end of the day. The Tanukhid pikes, they were disciplined, but they could not hold off the Savaran cataphracts on their own. This was a huge blow. Tubal-Caryb dying in the middle of the scene, in the middle of the battle, before it was won, meant that the Tanukhids would almost surely lose. And the number of Sassanian troops that kept pouring in only served to dampen the morale of whatever few Tanukhid men remained. Fire arrows lit up the icy sky, and the blood was spilled, the blood of the Tanukhid men mostly. The armored camels decided to retreat. That was a terrible blow, since the armored camels were the most well-trained, most expensive, and most resilient cavalry units that the Tanukhids could field. And the fact that they were routing meant that the desert tribesmen would not last very long. The Tanukhid pikes, unsupported, would not last very long either. And the Sassanids just kept pouring in. Tubal-Caryb managed to rout so many of them, but so many still remained. It was a massive loss for the Tanukhids. They lost their faction leader, they lost their king, and they lost a massive, important battle in which the Sassanids not only reigned supreme, but reigned supreme in a decisive manner. Victory, for once, was not for the Tanukhids. Instead, it was a decisive defeat. Shit. Decisive fucking defeat. I forget to use 2 of my fucking desert tribesmen the entire battle. Tubal-Caryb is dead. My faction leader is dead. It almost looked good for us for like 2 seconds, where everyone was chain routing because I killed off the enemy king. But they brought it back, man. Just so many spears. Like, how am I supposed to deal with so many of these fucking spears? Okay.
Regroup and fall back. Journey completed.
Okay. They're gonna attack Iconium now. Great. Sally forth. Auto-resolve. Auto-resolve. There's nothing I can do. Protective. The Sassanids, though. And they've taken away Iconium from us. Shit's not good, y'all. Shit's not good. Shit, this might just be the last episode. Fuck, I did so well the last time over. And then I had to fucking Alt F4 this shit. God damn it. Why did they have to start, like, why Who asked them to get fucking angry at us? Like, this is such bull. I didn't do anything to hurt the Sassanids. Can I please just broker peace with them for now? And we have a massive Eastern Roman Empire army over there. Okay. Okay. So we have to get a new commander. Let's get this guy. Fuck. Tubakarib's dead. Killed his enemy in battle. Hutar is the new king. They sacked Iconium. And Caesarea Eusebia is still in... Whoa, what was the last one? Noble birth, Abkarib. Okay, Tubakarib and Raha. Wow, just as he dies, he passes on an heir. Isn't that poetic? Amrita now has to deal with this. He has to deal with this somehow. And the way he's going to deal with it is to run the fuck away. Or at least fortify. No, probably not. That's not going to do much. If I fortify, what do I do? What do I get? Integrity plus 4, plus 2 stake walls. That's it. Let them continue to try and attack Tarsus and Caesarea Eusebia. And where the fuck are my allies? Why aren't my allies helping? Like, what is this bullshit, dude? Fucking hell. And we have an Eastern Roman Empire army over here. Let me just broker peace. There's just too much to deal with. I can't deal with the fucking Sassanid stacks. How do they hate us? Like, and it's deteriorating now?
You have my attention.
Peace treaty.
Now,
I'll give you as much fucking money as you want. I don't have any money.
for those.
Fuck. I think this is going to be it, guys. I think I've lost this campaign. There's nothing I can do. They've caught me in this checkmate where I'm losing money hand over fist. My faction leader is dead. Tubakarib's dead. But they do have some unsupported armies here. They have an unsupported army here. But both of them are going to reconvene to attack me later. Will he have enough movement points to attack Tarsus the next turn? I think he will. Do I have enough movement points to attack this, win, and then come back?
Fight for you, my lord.
Fuck this. I'm going to go ahead and attack. There's no point waiting. Alright, let's end this campaign with in fire and brimstone, basically. That's it for this episode, I think. Or I don't know, maybe I'll put everything in one gigantic episode. But yeah, not feeling good, you guys. Feeling sad. Tubakarib's dead. And hopefully this battle will be a victory.